Good morning, students. I hope you all are doing fine and studying better. I'm getting a lot of queries related to lesson number 1, and in each video I had said, first of all, the questions you need to write are the questions that are given in your book. I had ticked certain questions in book. In the video, I didn't remember the dated video on which date I had given, but see, if you are in contact with any one of your friends, you can contact them, or you can see certain videos of 3 or 4 days back. Maybe on the Monday only, I had this Monday, I had Monday or Tuesday, I had shown you this video. Whenever the first period was there, in this week, on that day, I had given you homework. So if you are not able to submit your homework by tomorrow, that is by Friday, so don't panic. You can submit your homework till Saturday or Sunday. Last is Sunday. After that, I am not going to accept this homework. Now, some Mahan person, what we say, great personalities are asking me, teacher, what was the homework? I had clearly said that what is homework. For that you need to see videos. And for such a nonsense question, I am not going to answer any of the question to any of the students. What is the homework? Because if you are not watching video, we are not there to help you for the other things. Is it clear? Now, I hope you all are clear with your topics. And now we were seeing cash transactions and cash transaction and credit transactions. We had seen. Now here comes the types of accounts. Dual effect. Remember the topic we are covering? I had said you, now I am going to cover you dual effect. The dual effect means every transaction has two effects. One is debit, other is credit. Now what is that debit and credit? Let us see. And these debit and credit rules are different for different accounts. Right? Under double entry system, as per its time itself, two entries are done for each transaction. For each transaction, remember we had seen first transaction, we had seen whether it's an first illustration, we had seen it's an economic transaction or non-economic transaction. Yes. Now what comes next? If economic transaction, so we have to classify it's a cash transaction or a credit transaction. Right? Now if I take one of the cash transaction, take example, purchase goods of rupees 5,000. So, as you had seen in second illustration, purchase goods of rupees 5,000. Neither the word cash is there nor from whom we had purchased is there. Right. So, what we are going to write? We have to write journal entry for it. We have to give effect of it. So, here I am paying cash. So, my cash goes out. One effect is that one other thing, I had purchased goods. So what is coming in, goods are coming in. So it will have two effects. One way, cash is going out, on other ways goods are coming in. So two effects are there. That only we are going to study in detail what is dual effect. And be calm. If you are not able to understand, listen the video 2 times, 3 times. Easily you will be able to understand. Right? So this is the main base beta of your entry system. If you are lacking in this, you will not able to give journal entries. Journal entries nahi de paoge, so you will not be able to post them in ledgers, then subsidiary books, and all of that is missing. So you will not be able to do bills receivable, that is part 2 chapter. Then what we say, your final account. So your base is your journal entries, dual effect, two effects of every transaction. So for that, pay attention. Listen to this video of particular 25th of July dated video 2 times, 3 times, so that you can easily deposit what your subject of accounts want to teach you. Come on, let's start. Any person takes benefit of business or give benefit to business. So that is personal account. Remember I had said in lesson number 1, there are three types of account. Remember, personal account, real account and nominal account, if all of you remember that. So what is personal account? Here they had specifically given, any person takes benefit of business or gives benefit to business. In simple terms or simple language, personal account means name of a person, name of a firm, right? that is an identity of a business, is termed as personal account. Is it clear? Next is your increase or decrease in goods, that is cash. Your goods are coming, increase in decrease of goods or cash, asset, goods and assets, right? So cash, your goods, your furniture, your land and building, right? Then bank balance, right? All these are what? Assets. So here comes your real account. Remember, I had given in the beginning of this video, purchase goods of rupees 5,000. So it was a cash, first of all. It's an economic transaction, yes, right? Then it is a cash or credit transaction, it is a cash transaction. Done. Now the second step we had cleared. Now third step will be of yours to recognize which types of accounts are affected. That is the final step of dual effect. So real account consists of all the types of assets. Is your real account. What are your assets? Your debtors, that are your current assets and current liabilities, right? Your cash, your bank balance, your land and building, your furniture, then your vehicle, then your what we say, patent, goodwill, all of that are asset. Goods, goods, goods means, I had said you, goods means you are not going to write goods account. It will be either purchase or either sale, or if the remaining balance is there, it goes to stock, right? So purchase, sales, cash, bank balance, that is your land and building, furniture, then your machinery, then your patent, goodwill, all that you treat as assets are termed in real account. So personal account was the first account, real account is the second account. Real account says of asset, goods and asset, right? And the third one is nominal account. Here you can see either expenses incurred or revenue. Revenue means income is realized in the business is nominal account. Nominal account means expense or income, profit or loss. Anything happens that are under nominal account. So when persons are affected, a firm is affected, so that goes to personal account. When assets are affected, goods are affected, it goes to real account. When expenses or incomes are done, or profit or gains, profit or losses are done, so that goes to nominal account. So there are three types of account. Again, I am repeating: personal account, real account, nominal account. These three accounts are clear to you. As I had said, every entry, every transaction has dual effect. So from these three, any two account or any one account will be affected in two debit and credit form. How it is going to do, that only we are going to see. Now here you can see which two effects would take place for the following transactions. Explain. Manoj commenced business with introduction of capital of rupees 20,000. Remember word capital, a terminology used in accounts. Remember that. So what is capital? Whenever a businessman starts his business, and that amount is termed as capital. Suppose Manoj has commenced. Commenced means started business with the introduction of capital. So here you can say first effect, transaction commence, business commence with the capital of 20,000. So cash, first effect, cash comes in, and second effect, owner introduce capital, effect on capital. This is to be done. So first effect, cash comes in, so cash account is affected. Cash account is which real account, right? And second effect is your capital, right? Owners brings the amount that is termed as capital, and capital is a personal account. So what goes for this thing, you need to have rules account related to it. Have I missed something? Okay, so before going to this, I will be like to give you certain rules, and these rules are to be written by everyone 5 times in their books of homework book and submit it to me on Monday, right? And mind it, your internal marks are we are going to consider by the submission of homework only, right? So I am skipping that illustration number 3, and before that, as I take types of account. Now, types of account, you can see that personal account and impersonal account. Impersonal account is a simple one. Impersonal account is a real account and nominal account. Leave it over there. We are just going to see personal account. Now, what is personal account? In business, when transactions are made on credit, the counterparty is a person. The person is maybe a natural person or legal artificial person. Who is legal artificial person? That is the name of the business. Right? Due to the credit transaction data creditor relation comes into existence between business and the other. Live persons are included in natural person account. Right? So here the moral of the story is that you can see certain names of the account. Airtel account. Okay. Here, personal account means when the name of a person's account, Airtel's account, Dharmendra's account, Raman's account. So it could be name of any person. Are said as personal account. Other than that, artificial person, legal artificial person, name of the firms like Bank of Baroda's account is a personal account. Jeevan Jyot High School, suppose you are paying the school fees, so it is a personal account. Parag Medical Stores account. So these are not name of person, but these all are artificial person. When a business is started, the name to the firm is given, and that is an artificial identity of that business, right? LIC account, etc. are included. In such, in brief, partnership firm, company, cooperative association, club, social organization, religious institution, etc. are artificial person. Name of forms other than person is treated as artificial person. Is it clear? When natural or artificial person gives benefit to the business, a creditor of the business, and the business become a debtor for that, Ramesh sold, pay attention to it, Ramesh sold goods of rupees 50,000 to Shiv Limited on credit, right? So obviously we are seeing that Ramesh is selling goods, right? From the viewpoint of what we say Ramesh and Shiv, right? So here you can see Shiv Limited is a debtor of Ramesh, while Ramesh is a creditor of Shiv Limited. So there is a dual effect, debtor and creditor relationship, right? Ramesh, then Ramesh will be debtor of Shiv and creditor of Ramesh. This is clear. Now there are certain rules of these accounts also. But before that rules, let us see what are the particular accounts. So I hope you are clear with personal account. Now going to real account. Now real account. Real accounts are also of two time. Remember we had seen assets and goods. Yes or no? So let us go to that point only. Products which are deal with the businessman are treated as goods. Is it clear? It means the product in which you are dealing are termed as goods. Suppose I just give you example of mine. If any one of you would have seen on my what we say, uh, take example, your parents are dealing in business. Suppose they are having steel business, because I had seen many of the students coming in our school. They are having either general store business, they are having steel business, they are having textile business, jewelry business, any of the business. See, I had given example of many of the businesses. Now, what happens? A jeweler's goods is gold and silver. A grainers, that is your general store goods, is would be different. Grains also, pulses also, then household daily use of products also, all that will be good for him. Then a textile owner has saris, suiting and inserting dress materials and all that as a goods, and a diamond merchant would be having goods as diamond. So in moral of the story is that goods are the goods which in which the businessman deals is treated as good, and that goods are purchased or sold, and that transaction, again I'm repeating, a term as purchase and sale. We don't use the words goods, we use word stock. When the remaining of the goods is left with us, it is termed as stock. Now, keeping in mind type of transaction, it is recorded in the goods related appropriate account. Following related transaction. So, goods related transaction. As I said, many of the students I am seeing, those students are writing entries and dual effect. What they do, goods comes in, so goods account is affected. No dear. When goods comes in, so purchase account is affected. We have to see when goods comes in, we consider it as a purchase. जब आप purchase करते हो, तो आपके पास चीजें आती है और कैश जाता है या आपका क्रेडिटर बनता है जिसे आपको पे करना है. आया समझ में? So that is termed as purchase. In the same way, when you sell goods, so goods account, goods goes out and goods account is affected. It is wrong, completely wrong. Here, when goods goes out, your sales account is affected. Is it clear? So sales account is affected. You need to write sales. You will not write goods account. So this is the thing I am repeating again and again. This is third or fourth time I am repeating, and make my words clear. I will cut entire sum if in exams. See, your exams are starting from 29th and 30th. So first of all, you are having English and OC. So next exam will be another two subject, then another two subject. So obviously, sorry. So obviously, right. So obviously, your paper, first of all, we are not making your paper, so don't expect anything from us to give you any idea of the papers. Papers will be from board only. So, and no need to panic. Panic is not necessary for anything. Solution is not getting panic. How, what I will do, how I will do, because I'm finding lot of 11th standard students asking such a nonsense question to us. So I know, or we know, that you all are new to this subject, new to the school, someone, but at least we have common sense in use, right? Before asking me, take example, few students are asking me, teacher, can you send us the characteristics of accounting? Why you don't have the textbooks? If I said them, yes, you have, you can get it from textbook, then they are asking me to give page number. Why should I give you page number? If you can't take pain of finding the answer, how can you reach to 11th standard? Right or no? Now you have to get certain common sense in use. हमने 3-4 महीने अपने ब्रेन को बहुत रेस्ट दे दिया, नहीं तो थोड़ा कॉमन सेंस और थोड़ा इंटेलिजेंस को भी शार्प करो, थोड़ा अपने दिमाग को यूज करना सीखो. राइट. इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम टीचर से क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछेंगे, आप पूछो क्वेश्चंस. But the reason I am giving this kind of answers in these videos is you should use your brain. Everywhere you will not get answers. So how you are going to find answers? You have entire textbook. If you don't have textbook, ask me. I'll give you PDF. I'll send you through email, and you can download it in PDF. Yes, you don't need to buy textbook. You can have in PDF. When the schools will start regularly, at that time, if you want to get it, then get the textbook. Otherwise, PDF is also helpful to it. Until and unless you don't say, teacher, we don't have textbook, we are not God. We cannot assume the student is not having textbook. So coming to our subject. See, here you can see purchase account, sales account. If purchase is there, students, suppose you have purchased goods, so many times what happens, you would find it, you are returning them, right? Suppose you have bought t-shirt or jeans for you, and you find that you are not, the color is not good, or the size is not appropriate, you have just taken it. So what you do? You return it to them, right? So that is termed as purchase return in your books, right? So purchase return account, when goods are returned, so it is termed as purchase return. Then sales is when goods are returned to us, means we are receiving the return goods, it's a sales return. In the same way, you had sold goods and someone doesn't like the product or any defect is there, he or she will return you, that is termed as sales return. Goods returned for personal use. Goods withdrawn for personal use are also deducted from purchases. That's why they are returned. Goods withdrawn for personal use means, take example, you are a jeweler. Now, if marriage is there or any function is there where you want to give gift to gold item or silver item as gold, you will not purchase it from outside. So you had withdrawn for personal use, right? To gift to your daughter, to gift to your sister, to gift anyone friend of you, so that will be treated as goods withdrawn for personal use. And the other name for these goods withdrawn for personal use goes to drawings. Remember we had seen in terminology? Yes, drawings, goods withdrawn for personal use. Cash withdrawn, your school fees is withdrawn from the business of your father. So it is also treated as drawings. But here we are taking only goods account, so we are considering goods account only. Is it clear? Good destroyed by fire, that also are deducted from purchase. So that's why they are taking into good destroyed by fire account, because goods are affected. Goods given for advertisement account, goods given for donation account, right? All these are explained you. Now asset account. So goods account is clear. Asset account, when business holds ownership for any tangible or intangible thing that can be touched and that cannot be seen. Patent, goodwill, copyright, that cannot be seen. So intangible, building, land, then furniture, then your machinery, then your cash balance, right? That can be seen, that can be touched. So that is a tangible asset. Is it clear? Has a monetary value, and it should also has monetary value, is known as an asset. Business is done with the help of assets. Business may have tangible or intangible assets. Tangible assets includes like land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, vehicles, etc. Intangible assets include goodwill, copyright, patents, trademark. Yes, I had said you earlier. Okay, in addition to tangible and intangible assets, investment like investment in shares of the company, that are also asset, because when you require money you can sell them at the desired price. Take example, can give you example of a company. Take example, recently only I had heard about the company 80,000 was the share price of the company. Yes, MRF tires. Recently only, if any one of you are in on Facebook with me, you would have seen I had shared a video of MRF tires. And if you are not able, you are not friend of mine on Facebook, so let it be. You can go and search the videos of Manas Pruthi. He does the case study, and he had shown a very good video of MRF tire. MRF is an Indian company, and the share price of that company has been reached to 80,000 per share. 80,000 per share. What does it mean? Suppose the share price was 500, 1,000 or 2,000 also, and you had purchased that share. Suppose the share price was 2000 and any person has purchased 10,000 of the company share. So what he has paid? 20,000. Yes or no? 2 into 10, 2000 into 10 is 20,000. Yes, 2000 into 10 is 20,000. Now, if suppose the present price of the, I'm just giving because I don't know presently what is the share price of the MRF tires. Suppose the share price of the share goes, MRF goes to 60,000. Just I'm giving you an idea. It has reached to 80,000. But now what is the share price? I don't know. So I'm just assuming 60,000, or I just can see, uh, yes, so the share price of MRF tire is 63,400. What is the amount? 63,400. Just multi. If someone is selling that 10 shares, the person. So, in what price he is selling? 6,34,000. What was his investment? 20,000 only. So that's why it's an asset to him. Is it clear? So investment is in share company is an asset to them. Investment in debentures also it's an asset. See, issuing a debenture is different thing, that is a liability, and investment in debenture is a asset. Investment in deposit, your fixed deposit, you would have seen your father and mother talking about fixed deposit, or you would have seen on the TV FDs and all that. They are included in asset. As another subcategory of assets, current assets are also included, whereas accounts like cash balance, I had said earlier, bank balance, data, stock, expenses paid in advance, incomes outstanding are included. Income outstanding, rent outstanding, rent yet to be received. Received means हमको पैसा लेना है. So what happens that is going to be received by you in future. So it is your asset. That's why it comes under the asset category. Nominal account. So are you clear with real account? Real account deals in goods and asset. Next is nominal account. Nominal account means having income and expenses, loss, everything. The accounts of business perform their operations throughout the year. These accounts are called income expenditure account. The computation of profit and loss of the business is attained on the basis of this account. Account of income, that is interest received. What are income? Interest received, discount received, dividend received, rent received, brokerage received, etc. included in this account. Accounts of expense, wages, carriages, postage expenses. Suppose nowadays emails are going on, but then also there are many documents that are to be delivered to the particular debtor or creditor, particular company, particular what we say investor, right? So that expense of postage is also a big expense. So postage expenses, stationery expenses. Suppose you are having jewelry shop or you are having textile shop. So do you require stationery? Yes, you require stationery. You require, if you are having computer related work, so printing is there. So printing papers are required. Maintaining records, if you are maintaining writing records, so ledgers are required, right? Then stationery expenses clear. Then you would be having letterpad of your own business. Salary expense of the employees you are paying, wages you are paying to the laborers, that is your wages, and salary to the employees is your salary expense. Taxes that you are going to pay after running a successful business, tax is to be paid to the government, so it is an expense. Depreciation is again an expense, but a non-cash expense. Remember, we had seen an earlier video. Discount allowed, when you are giving discount, so you are reducing your profits, so hence it is an expense. Insurance premium are paid by your mother, father, you would have seen that are expense. You would have seen when the duration of payment of that premium comes, they would be talking about it. Now insurance has to be paid, right? Advertisement expense that we had seen, that is deferred revenue expense or fictitious asset. Bank charges, etc. are included in this account. What are bank charges? Suppose you are using a you are having a bank account and you are using a ATM card or a debit card. right? So for the use, you are getting certain messages on that if it is a amount is withdrawn or deposited. So information you are getting. Dear bank, they never gives anything that free of cost. So for that alerts also they charges certain amount, right? And that are bank charges are some type of charges. There are many other charges. So bank charges. Here I'm stopping over here. So your written work is, I had not taken illustration number 3. So you are going to write, prepare a list of which is nominal account. Sorry, first you will prepare a list of 3 accounts: personal account, real account, nominal account. Right? Or personal account. In personal account, what is personal account? Name of a person or artificial identity. One. Real account, it is goods or assets category, and nominal account, that is income and expenditure. Is it clear? And then give right whatever you are able to understand, or here you can see here they had written, I had underlined what are the assets. So land, building, furniture, that will come, right? You don't need to categorize as current asset or anything. Just write what are assets, what are expenses, what are income, and what are personal account. Example: 5 5 5 5, not 10 10 each, 10 10 each. And again I'm repeating, don't ask me any silly questions, right? So till then, bye bye, take care of yourself and your family.